Welcome to the PR Maven Podcast, a podcast all about growing your network and building your brand through traditional and digital networking techniques. I'm Nancy Marshall, the PR Maven and CEO of Marshall Communications. Stay tuned for this week's episode, and thanks for listening. Welcome, PR Maven Nation, to this week's episode. One of our mini episodes, a quick and informative look at the difference between sales and marketing. The podcast is presented by Marshall Communications, creator of the 65-step Marshall Plan process. For more information, visit marshallpr.com. And on the website under PR Maven, you will also find information about my two books, PR Works and Grow Your Audience, Grow Your Brand. This week, I will be sharing my Forbes Agency Council article, The Real Difference Between Sales and Marketing and How One Sets the Stage for the Other. So let's dive right in. Soon, millions of college graduates will be looking for jobs. And in today's job market, most will succeed, and many will end up in either sales or marketing. But what is the difference between sales and marketing? The two words are often used interchangeably, even though they fulfill two extremely different needs. Marketing is the culmination of all the activities that set the stage for sales, like the transaction itself, to take place. It is the marketer who establishes a brand and maintains its reputation in the eyes of others. Marketers engage customers and clients, both prospective and current, raising the profile of a brand so that it attracts the right people, those most likely to make a purchase. Marketing is all about the 4 P's: product, price, place, and promotion. Marketers define the benefits of a given brand, attracting buyers by educating them about the particulars. While marketing is tied to the customer or the client, salespeople have an even more bottom-line relationship. Sales is about making the final transaction happen. I always say the salespeople are the closers. They close the deal. Whereas marketing establishes and maintains a brand's reputation, sales representatives ensure that the brand can endure financially by securing real revenue. A sales plan, therefore, includes the tools and resources that will be used to actually move the buyer from interest to purchase. Let's be clear, both roles are vital. Marketers lob the ball to the batter, while the batter smashes it out of the park. Without the marketer, sales don't get off the ground. Without the sales representative, the ball is dropped. The marketing people set the stage for the salespeople to walk out on stage and get a standing ovation from the audience. It's an audience that has already been warmed up through brand recognition, relevant content, and targeted messaging. As a lifelong advocate of marketing and public relations, I am most comfortable with keeping that ball in the air. I love to set the stage for salespeople to close a deal, and fast. People in my profession set sales representatives up for success when prospects already know, like, and trust the brand at the first meeting. They speed up the closing process. Cultivating a large audience of raving fans allows you to speed up that sales process because those fans can serve as brand ambassadors, making referrals to others like them. Think about it. People are more likely to trust their family or friends who believe in a brand than they are the actual salespeople. Establish that trust through brand ambassadorship, and believers become buyers. As a marketer, your job is to essentially cultivate the equivalent of Red Sox Nation for your brand. The more you individually promote it, the better. But brand ambassadors can extend your network even further. Marketing is also responsible for creating avatars or personas, which are representative profiles of the people who are most likely to support the brand. This includes demographic and psychographic profiling of the people who tend to be attractive to a given brand. More often than not, you can use other brands that people appreciate as part of a prospective profile. For example, you might find that those who buy John Deere tractors are more likely to buy Carhartt pants, or as we say in Maine, Carhartt. Those who shop for Hinckley yachts may also shop Dom Perignon champagne. And similarly, those who enjoy Matthew McConaughey's latest movies tend to drink whiskey and smoke cigars. The job of the marketer is to figure out who these best clients and customers are for a given brand, both in terms of purchasing power and the potential to become a brand ambassador. Then the marketer creates content that can engage the buyer with that brand. Of course, sales remains indispensable. The buyer still needs to purchase the good or service, right? And salespeople and marketers close the deal together. It has always been a team effort, and it will always stay that way. For more insight, get access to my latest book called Grow Your Audience, Grow Your Brand by visiting prmaven.com/giveaway and download a free copy today. And here is my friend Mike Duguay to share how PR Works and Grow Your Audience, Grow Your Brand have helped him.
After reading PR Works, I really started to think about how marketing actually works. And I know that sounds a little bit ridiculous, but what I realized is what each platform nowadays that we use out there in digital media and social media has its own nuance and also quirks to it. And understanding how they're used is exceedingly important. Because when you have a hammer in your hand, everything looks like a nail. And you can't approach it that way in marketing. And that's where I think Nancy's brilliance really shined in PR Works. I think Grow Your Audience, Grow Your Brand is really sort of the manifesto of understanding that there's many different levels to marketing. It's on your personal side of your brand, how actually you express yourself through business, but also what people hear you saying and what they see out there in the public eye as well. So I think what's really important there, that's really the blueprint of how you go about using these new social media platforms, but also to express who you are as a human being. Because people want to see you authentically and genuinely working with not only what you do, but also with the customers. And Nancy, on a personal level, I think that's who she is. She embodies that approach.
Thanks for listening to this episode of the PR Maven podcast. I invite you to share a review of the podcast on iTunes or your favorite podcast player. Be sure to subscribe to our podcast so you never miss an episode. You can also join the PR Maven Nation on Facebook. It's free to join, and it's a great community of like-minded individuals who are all looking to learn and grow from one another. If you use an Alexa device, use your Alexa app to search the Skills and Games section to find and enable the PR Maven Podcast Flash Briefing. This will give you access to exclusive content and more PR and marketing advice. Thanks again for listening, and have a great rest of your week, PR Maven Nation.